Hello, sweet friend. My name is Micah, and I'm here with what I think is going to be a chatty video. I just have a couple of things that I want to share with you, some journal pages, but also some new purchases. So it's a mixed bag. So if you're in the mood to have someone chat to you about journaling and stationery, this video is for you. First of all, I want to talk about my Hobonichi daily journal because if you may have noticed, I didn't do a flip through for April, and that is because most of April is blank. And so I figured that wouldn't be very interesting to flip through. Surprise, surprise. So I have the first 3 days. I did those and was really happy with them. Here's a cute drawing of my husband at the comic store. I thought that turned out really cute. So the month started great. I was having so much fun. And then I did a couple days where I just already did the decoration, but didn't do the journaling. And then things got progressively worse. There's a couple more decorations, but then it's just notes in pencil. And I'm not quite sure what happened. I was quite stressed, but then also there's this weird thing I sometimes get into where I still consider journaling my hobby, and I kind of want to journal, and yet once I sit down, I don't really feel like journaling. I don't know if any of you can relate to that, where, yeah, journaling is still fun. You just don't want to do it. It's easier to watch people on YouTube journal. But yeah, so lots of April blank, and then it gotten to the point where it was so bad, with the pages that were still empty. And then on top of the stress, my husband and I also found out that the person who owns the house that we are renting spontaneously decided to not renew our lease, and so we are now forced to move out, even though we were not planning to move this year. So that's obviously great, fantastic. And so then what was an empty April was starting to also turn into empty pages for May, to the point where I was feeling like, okay, I have so many empty pages now. I'm probably not gonna go back and finish all of those, especially with now a move coming up. And so I was starting to feel like I'm going to completely abandon this book. And then 2 nights ago, I realized, okay, but even with as many empty pages that they are for April and May, there's still a really thick chunk of the book. I mean, we're not even halfway through the year yet. And so that's more empty pages that I could still fill than the empty pages that have passed, right? And so I realized this is not an all or nothing thing. Just because there are empty pages doesn't mean you have to abandon the book. Just because you've missed days or weeks doesn't mean you can still capture a majority of your year, right? And so today is the 7th of May. And so I just started from yesterday and went backwards. And what was really helpful for me to get out of that slump and get back going again was to tell myself that I don't need to turn this into a chore. I'm just going to catch up as much as I want and as much as I feel comfortable with and things that come into mind. And then I can obviously fill in some of the blank pages later on if I feel like it. But if they are blank, then that's fine if they stay blank. So really went in with no pressure, just fill in some things. And here I even did some drawings of covers from free comics that we got on Comic Book Day. We watched the Mary Shelley movie with Elle Fanning. So this is a doodle of Elle Fanning. She somewhat looks like her, but yeah. So that's quite fun. Just a little doodle there, but just lots of stickers and just easy decorations, I would say. Just, yeah, again, no pressure, just filling in what I can fill in. And then another thing that really helped was that I got a new pen. This is the Parker Jotter XL, and I have a refill in it that's called Auto Flash Dry. I'm not really familiar with ballpoint pen or gel pen stuff, but I read good things about that refill, and I'm having a lot of fun writing and drawing with it. So basically, I just realized that make it as simple as possible. If you do have, if you want to get back into journaling after feeling like you've missed out for a while, and you have pages to catch up on, how simple can you make it so that it feels like something you can ease back into? And so, yeah, just doing one colored pen, just a gel pen in black, and keeping it real simple, and I quite like it. So I got all the way to April 22nd. And again, on some of these days I did keep some notes and pencil, so I do have something to jog my memory. But even if I just left it at that, you know, I at least have those notes, and that's fine also. So yeah, that's how my Hobonichi is going. It's picking back up, and we'll see how it goes now with the move coming up and everything. But I'm very glad that I found a way to not abandon this just yet. Let me know if you have tips that have gotten you out of a journaling slump. Are there sort of like go-to things that you write about, or go-to materials that just help you get back into it? Do you just write for a while and just don't worry about decorating? I guess that could be another way of getting out of a journaling slump, just simplifying down to the basics. Oh yeah, that's actually another thing I can mention. Hold on. I have been keeping this pocket journal. It's just a really simple, really cheap, I don't know, a couple dollars worth. This little lined notebook. I'm not going to show any of the pages, but I've been keeping this on my nightstand. And so in the evenings, I sometimes jot down notes from the day, if we did something that day, or if we watched a cool movie and had some thoughts on the movie, those kinds of things. And that has been really helpful, not only in using this to also transfer notes to my Hobonichi, but also to just realize that journaling can be just this, right? It can be just a couple notes that just capture what was on your mind before you went to sleep. And I think we can put so much pressure on ourselves to fit into, to create Instagram-worthy journaling spreads. And I'm a very visually inclined person. I love creating beautiful pages with washi tapes and stickers and drawings, but journaling is so multifaceted, and just finding something that works for you at that moment in time is a lot better than, for example, not journaling at all. Yeah. So pocket notebook on my bedside table has been hugely beneficial, and I do want to experiment with this more, because I think there might also be something really calming in, for example, picking this up first thing when I wake up and just jotting some thoughts down right when I wake up, rather than, for example, immediately taking my phone into my hands and checking Instagram and emails and whatnot. So yeah, I'll let you know how this is continuing and how that changes. But yeah, that's those two. Then onto some happy mail. I finally joined the family of having a Delphonics pouch. I know these are very popular in the stationery community. And last year, or was it the year before, I had actually ordered myself an Real Toad from Absolute, is it Absolute Studios? I'll have that in the description. But I had this tote, and I must say that at the beginning, when I first ordered it, I felt like a little bit I had wasted my money, to be honest. But then in December, I lost that tote because it was in my suitcase that Delta lost. And since then I hadn't repurchased anything, and I missed it. I missed having something that I can carry around the house that just houses my basic stationery essentials, and something that is bigger than just a pen pouch or pencil case. And so I finally decided on this, and I'm very excited. I think I'm going to zoom you out a little bit. One of the reasons why I'm so excited about this is because I can fit things like my watercolor palette in here, and then I can just stick my trusty travel brush in there, and then I always need scissors and my glue stick, and then we could even start putting my favorite pens in there, so my Parker Jotter. Oh, by the way, this, I just came across this pen on JetPens, and I thought it was so beautiful, and yeah, and then I realized like maybe something a little bit more simple than a fountain pen would be helpful in getting out of the journaling slump. So that was sort of part of the how I got to own this pen, and now I'm hooked. I kind of maybe want some more ballpoint pens. I really enjoy the weight that this pen has. I know there's obviously less expensive ballpoint pens, but personally, especially for drawing, I do like a little bit of weight to the pen, so this is really nice. So I am eyeing with the Kaweco Brass ballpoint pen. I think that might be nice. Then there's 2 more pen slots here, so I could put some of my favorite fountain pens in here. Although I guess you're not supposed to store them upright all the time. But yeah, something like this where I have sort of my main utensils up front. I really liked that about the real tote as well, that you had these pockets in the front. And then I am considering putting all my Tombos into these big pockets here. But I'm not sure if I'm traveling. That obviously doesn't work, right? So I'm actually tomorrow going on a trip. Well, it's not going to be tomorrow for you, but filming me tomorrow. I'm visiting Seattle, where my husband and I used to live. So that's really fun and obviously great in the month that you didn't know you were going to move to go on vacation. But hey, so yeah, so if I have it at home, I think that would work to just have them sit in here, but that's probably not great for travel. They obviously also fit in this main compartment, but it just makes them harder to reach just when at home. So I'll play around with where the Tombos go. If you have Tombos, what do you do with your Tombos? They're just so long, aren't they? I mean, they're great. I love using them. And I know that if I have them somewhere handy or where I can see all the colors, I probably would use them more, but they're just so weird shape. But also, my trusty sticker book, I think, will fit in this back pocket. Ta-da! This is an A5 sticker book, and that just fits there perfectly. I mean, you can't use the Velcro anymore, but I don't think I need to. And this is fantastic. And then so my main journals that I want to take with me or have around, I can just put in this main compartment. And then here we can put in some rolls of washi tape, or I could put in my Makita tape. But I'm also thinking I'm just going to roll up some washi on some washi cards to have in here. And then, I mean, I still have so much space. Oh, I can keep some notepads. That's always fun, right, to have on hand. This is one of my favorites. This is so pretty. Does that fit in one of these inside pockets? Barely. Oh, but it does go in. Yeah, this is so neat. That is awesome. And then, if nothing else, I can just grab this and, yeah, walk around the apartment with this and have all my essentials ready. And like I said, I have so many more little cute pockets there to fit some stationery stuff in. So yeah, really, really happy about this. I know this is not revolutionary or anything. So many people have this pouch, but I thought I'd share anyway. And I've seen a lot of people put some pins on the front here, and I think that's so cute. And I do have a small collection of pins, enamel pins, mostly Disney, almost all of them Disney. So I have this cute Bambi, and I think, yep. I also have Thumper. So these would look really cute on there. The colors would look gorgeous on there, actually. I also have a Dumbo and a a baby Winnie the Pooh. So cute. I mean, I could put all of them on there. And then what else do we have in here? Oh, we also have a cat. This is from the artist Elsa Chang. He's really cute. And then I do have this pin. This is a Minnie Mouse pin. This one I found on the ground in California. This was actually a very serendipitous find almost. I was having a sort of like a bad day. I don't quite remember exactly what it was. But yeah, I was having a mood. And so I was walking around, and then I saw her laying on the ground, and she was a cheerleader, and it just felt like somebody's cheering me on. So that's really cute. But unfortunately, the pin backing is bent, so you can't actually use it as a pin, even though she would obviously look very cute on that pink fabric. The only thing is with the pins, if I'm traveling with this, I'm a little hesitant, because if it snags on something, you know, if you have pins on your Delphonics pouch and you travel with it, has that ever caused any problems? Let me know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave them off for now, but I do think that would be very cute. Or I just put them on when I'm home and then just take them off when I travel, because I don't travel that often that it would be bothersome to do, I don't think. Yeah, really fun. And then I have more happy mail to share with you. I was very lucky and fortunate. I won a giveaway by the wonderful Toxmot here on YouTube. And look how beautiful she wrapped it. She wrote a little note and had this really special yarn, so precious. And she recently went to Japan and brought back some Traveler's Notebook Japan exclusive items to do a giveaway. And I actually didn't win the first time round, but the winner never contacted her, so she did a second drawing of a name, and that's when I won. So yeah, I got really, really lucky there. So we have the, I think this is the Starbucks Reserve building as a patch. Really cool. So fun. And then here we have like a whole Starbucks Reserve sticker set. And these stickers are so gorgeous. I think they all have foiling on them. Look at that. That rose gold with the, yeah, that's the black. Really pretty. And those sakura flowers. I don't know if you've seen this sticker set around. Just so pretty. I love how Traveler's Notebook, their graphics always look a little bit vintage, but also modern, if that makes sense. Like they have this vintage vibe without it, you know, being too, I guess, sort of going into the vintage junk journal realm. and I'm not saying anything bad about vintage junk journaling, I just mean that kind of actual vintage aesthetic, whereas this just has that feel to it, that charm. But yeah, really pretty. So fun. So that's that sticker set, and then just a big Starbucks Reserve Roastery sticker and a special insert. This is the first time I ever got like a special insert with a special cover like that. So cool. I love that font. That is so neat. And Seattle, that's where I'm going. But I'm not there long enough to fill an entire insert, I don't think. But yeah, really, really cool. Thank you so much, Toxmot, for sending that over. That is just so very fun. And then I guess the last thing I can share with you, even though there's not a lot to show you, but I've been bringing this up every now and again, and I finally started on it, which is my cooking journal. Yes, it only has a couple patterned pieces of paper stuck into them, and then I started laying down a watercolor wash here and did a sketch of me cooking, because I want to start this journal by making an introductory page just reflecting on why I want to keep this journal. And then I've started printing out some photos of some things that I recently made that were delicious and successful, and so I might want to reference them. And then I made also a list of some things. But yeah, really cool, and I'm very excited about starting this. If you remember, I bought this. This is the Sterling Ink B6 notebook not too long ago, and so I think this is going to be a great cooking journal. I think B6 is really nice for that. Not too big, not too small. I did put this washi tape on here because I thought that looked cute. Something to me, I feel like pattern goes well with cooking. I feel like we tend to have a lot of patterns in kitchen linens and stuff like that, and also in cookbooks. So I thought this looked really nice, but unfortunately it comes off all the time. So I'm not sure if that's gonna stay on there or if I have to maybe put some different tape on there or not. But yeah, really, really excited to be doing this. I think this is just gonna help me have some other fun or different fun with with cooking, and just be more deliberate with certain things and with learning about stuff. But obviously with the surprise move, this had to take a little bit of a back burner. But yeah, I'm really excited, and hopefully there's going to be more to show you in the upcoming weeks or months. Do you have a journal that is specifically dedicated to a particular hobby, or do you have a journal that is about multiple hobbies? I think I've seen people keep knitting journals. I think that's great, just keeping track of what you're knitting, the projects, and photos of the finished pieces and yarns that you've bought and liked. That's probably really cool. But yeah, let me know. I would love to hear about your hobby journals. But yeah, I think that is it for today. I know it's just a little bit here and there, but I hope that this was kind of fun to listen to anyway. I certainly enjoy videos where somebody is just chatting about their journals and stationery, and yeah, just share in the hobby together. I think that is what I mostly like journal YouTube videos for, is the inspiration and the sharing in a journal, because I don't have anybody local to talk to about that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope you are doing well and that you're not surprised with having to move. I don't wish that on anyone, really, but yeah, I hope you're doing well and that you're keeping up with all your journals and having fun. And I thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Until next time, happy journaling!